Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm doing another video. Now I'm back, I know it's been a couple weeks, but I'm back doing another kind of TNS10 related video. I've had like 2 ideas in my head all day, and I was like, I'm gonna film them at the end of the day. But for the first video, I've decided to talk about something which has been playing on my mind recently to do with the Next Step Season 10, because although the Next Step Season 10 is deemed the last season of the Next Step, and although I think it will end like the show kind of, there's part of me which thinks that this isn't like the end of the Next Step as a whole. So in this video I'm going to kind of explain my thoughts and my theories on why I think the Next Step Season 10 will be the end of the Next Step as we know it, but it won't be the end of the Next Step entirely. Like this is all just my like thoughts, none of this is like official, but I'm just curious to know what you guys think. So yeah, I'm going to kind of talk about a few different things that I've thought of and why I think that the Next Step legacy and the Next Step could be continued after the Next Step ends. So the obvious one obviously is like through YouTube channels and TikTok channels and Instagram fan pages. The Next Step spirit will be kept alive just kind of by things through this. I mean, I know that I am planning on talking about the Next Step still. I expect that Alicia, who is an amazing YouTuber, I'm sure every one of you know who she is. She's absolutely incredible. I'm sure she will continue doing Next Step stuff every so often. And the edits of the Next Step, I mean, so many people edit season 1 and 2, like they were out 10 years ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years time the Next Step is still kind of being spoken about and being edited. So that's kind of like the like most like expected way that I think the Next Step will kind of carry on living through everyone. It's just kind of through all of us, still creating content, still talking about it, rewatching it, and just kind of keeping it alive. The second thing I've thought of is something which hasn't happened in an incredibly long time, but it would make sense if the Next Step did a tour, because obviously with season 10 being the last season, it would be amazing to have a tour to kind of round it all off, finish the show, allow like kind of all the cast to meet the fans one more time, and kind of have a mix of each generation of the Next Step. So some of the OGs, some of the Generation 2, and some of the new A Troop. So I just think that would be really nice, kind of for us, because we can obviously see everybody live, meet them, and kind of, don't know, give our goodbyes like in person. That would be really cool. But obviously that takes a lot of planning, that takes a lot of stuff which we probably have no idea about. But I just kind of thought it would be amazing. Like that poster behind me there, they went to so many countries for that tour, and it just would be amazing to do like one more big world tour. I feel like that would be amazing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that would be a really fun way to end it. And obviously it would have to happen after season 10's aired. So although the show would get its goodbye, then kind of the actors and the dancers will get their goodbye on the tour. I don't know. I just think that'd be really fun. And I would be so up for it as a fan to go and to say goodbye and to just kind of, I remember when I went, because I've only been to one, I went in 2018, or was it 2019? It was the one where it was like the season 6 cast, but they went on tour after they filmed season 7. So I remember just being in like, it was like an arena that I went to. The arena that I was in sat with like thousands of people who all loved the Next Step, was just such an amazing feeling. And I just like, for me, would love to do that like one more time. I don't know. I think it would be so much fun. And I don't know, it's I know it's like not up to us, but if anybody from the Next Step's watching, I would love a tour. I mean, everybody comment for a tour, because then we can kind of show that we want one. But I would love to see a tour. I think it would be absolutely amazing. So during lockdown and during COVID, we had a lot of those like Zoom things. So we had like the Dance Captain Diary. What else did we have? We had the like What If thing. We had like a range of different Zoom calls. There was something to do with Dance Mania and about representing dancers. I remember there was a really good video on that. So anyway, we had like a range of videos that they did over lockdown, which consisted of the cast doing it all online. And I feel like we might get something like that, maybe like as anniversaries, like maybe 5 years after the Next Step finishes. So in 2030 it will be. In 2030, maybe we have like a little reunion call, or maybe like 10 years after, like they do like a little like dance reunion or something like that. So it might be something as simple as like, oh, there's like a brand new A Troop, there's a new competition, and like they just kind of, they give us little bits here and there on what's going on the Next Step, like in their universe, without giving us a series 11. Because as much as we all will pray and we will all hope, I don't think Series 11 is going to happen yet. Like, I'm going to talk about a new season in a minute, but I don't think it's going to happen within the next 5 years. So it would just be cool to get kind of like little update videos, maybe every so often, once a year. Even if it's the cast themselves going back into character, I think that would be just like really reassuring for us fans. So speaking of another season, so I'm doing this purely based off of other shows that I've watched, but sometimes when a show finishes or gets cancelled or whatever, it just kind of comes to an end. There will be a significant amount of time between the last season they did and when they kind of revamp it. So if the next step continues being popular and continues like having a good like watch rate, I'm assuming maybe one day they might consider doing a Series 11. It might be in like a year, it might be in 5 years, it might be in 10, it might be in 20 years. Like, we don't know that. It might never ever happen. But obviously if Series 11 was to happen in the future, it would be interesting to see how they fill that time gap. Obviously, if it's 10 years, they would have been to regionals, nationals and internationals like at least like 3 or 4 times. So it'd just be really cool to kind of see what could happen in a big time jump. So I feel like if we were to get a Series 11, it would not be like for a long time, because if this is being painted as the final season and then we get a Series 11 next year, I don't know. I mean, I'd like it, but I don't know if everybody would. I would love there to be another season, but if it is kind of wrapped up in the way I think it's going to be, then I don't know if a series the next year is necessary. But obviously the more next step, the better. So we will see. So those are kind of my theories on why the next step is going to kind of be continuing after the show officially ends. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want a tour. Let me know what you think about a future series one day. And yeah, that was kind of the video as a whole. I'm about to film another one for you, which I'm very excited about. And that will be out probably a few days after this one. So have a lovely week, have a lovely day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye guys.